Back on this D15 Martin again today. If you remember on the last video, we shaved the bridge down, okay? Shaved quite a lot off of it too. I still got to ream these holes out yet. Man, it's just been so much shit going on, life going through. I'll tell you, if the world went any faster than what it does, it'd sling me right off. Alright, I got two strings on it. We shaved the bridge, exposed more saddle. I made another saddle already out of a blank that he sent with the guitar. And intonated it, just guessed at it, but I can fine tune it if I need to. So with two strings on, it's not going to have the same stress on it as it will have with all the strings on it, okay? So, and I like to, when I'm getting into the ballpark like this, I like to use thousandths instead of 64ths to get it, you know, within the ballpark, and then switch to 64ths because that's what all the guitar companies use. And we are looking at the 12th fret bass E string is 100 thousandths. We'd like to see that at about 80. Roughly 80 or a little bit more than that. So now we know we want to drop that from 100 to 80. That's a difference of 20,000. So that tells me, let's see what that tells me we got to take twice that amount off of the bottom of the saddle. If you want, I've said this a million times, but I'll say it again. Whatever you want your strings to come down, double that has to be taken off the bottom of the saddle. Okay, so like right here again, 100 thousandths dead on the money, and we'd like to see 80. I'm going to leave a little bit of room for play there. That's a difference of 40 thousandths we need to take off. It's a difference of 20,000. So we need to take 40 off. I'm probably going to take about 35 off because we don't have all the strings on it, remember. And with all the strings on, the stress is going to change, and you know, I'll have to do it again, I'm sure, but that's okay. Because, you know, if you remove too much, you're screwed. You can't put it back on there. So better to save a little room for error there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the saddle out, sand it down. I may or may not show you that. Probably won't waste the time. Here comes Q. A video. No, I got a lot of videos doing it. I'm going to take the saddle out, mark it, and take 35 thousandths off the bottom of the saddle. Hold on. So I got it marked at 35 thousandths. You probably can't see that too well. I got the camera far away and zoomed in. Anyways, you see me do this before. Showed you how I mark it and how I grind him down. You just got to grind it down flat with the surface here. I'm going to grind everything exposed there. By the way, got to ream these holes out. I mentioned that, I think, on the other video. It don't take very long with this reamer I have. You don't want those pins going down in there. I got them laid out here in the order they go, too. You just want them to go in almost up to that ring around the end of them. Not quite. You can see how they go in there. Now, these two are not reamed yet. You can see how the pin sticks up. You want it to go in almost to that very first ring. You do not want to overshoot this. There we go, that's perfect. And we'll get this puppy a couple of times and try it over to the pin. And there we go. Excellent. Alright, I've got 38 thousandths here, and that's what I took off of the bottom of the saddle. And we should be very, very close to 80 thousandths now. Man, I always pick that thing up wrong every time. Somebody said put nail polish or color it one side, but you know, like now I need thousandths. You know, pick it up and have 64ths. If I need 64ths, it'd be on inches or some crap. Alright, let's Boy, I'm glad I didn't take 40 off. Yeah, we are exactly very, very close to 80 thousandths. Very close to that. Of course, like I say, under full string tension, that's going to change. Before I do that, though, I'm going to take the strings back off. I know I'll have to do that saddle again. Take the strings back off. I'm going to polish these frets and stuff, and linseed oil the board and the bridge. So hold on, let's get geared up for that. I got lots of videos of me showing you how I do this. I'm using the semi-chrome polish there. There's Old Faithful. New tubes. Anyways, use semi-chrome polish, half inch. There's what the box looks like. That stuff's good for everything. And I did down to and including the 5th fret. Now I wanted to get this and show you if you can see how much shinier those frets are. From this fret down, they're really tarnished and yellow. Haven't done these down here yet. But look at the difference in that. There is the last one I did, the one in the very center of your screen, and there's where I want to start next. But you can see how that stuff is nice, man. Boy, this is going to be beautiful when I get linseed oil on that rosewood. Anyways, I wanted to show you that. That's what's going on at the house. It never sleeps. Check out that fretboard, man, and those frets. That linseed really, man, that's just miracle salve. I've always said that. Look at that. I can make this guitar play a little bit better if I leveled the frets and then redid them, dressed them and stuff, but the owner didn't say anything about that, so they're not that bad. You can see, like I say, some of the frets up here looks like someone has flattened them before. They're kind of flat. They don't look as flat as they did. Probably have to put a macro lens on for you to see that. But they're a little, some of them, see there, that one's a little bit flat, looks like. That one. Then when you come all the way on down to the sound hole here, they're not flat. See that? So I don't know. It looks like at some point in this guitar's life, someone did the frets, or half of them. Boy, that is just beautiful, man. Look at that. I used to do everything that I could see wrong with the guitar. I'll tell you this little story. That's why I'm not going to do the frets. It wasn't mentioned. The kid brought his guitar one time. Had a big dent in the top of it. I don't remember where it was at. It wasn't big, but it was noticeable. You drawed your eye toward it. So I fixed it for him. Wasn't even going to charge him for it. He came and picked the guitar up. I said, I fixed that dent for you, man. Can't even tell it was ever there. And he started crying, the guy did. The kid said, oh, dude, he said, my granddad, I think it was his, or maybe it was his father, put that dent in there by accident, but it was like he wanted it left there, you know, to remember him by, to remember it, or to remember the night it happened, something. I can't remember what all he said. But ever since then, I do not fix everything I see wrong with a guitar. I fix what the owner tells me to fix. Learn a lesson the hard way there. Anyways, that's a free, a little bit of free info for you. Hold on. Got her up to pitch again. And I want to check this action it should have raised because of more stress on the guitar. And it did. We're back at 100 thousandths again, man. Right where we was before with 2 strings. Anyways, we got it into ballpark. Yeah. Yeah, we're at 100 thousandths, so we're going to have to take more off of the saddle. But before you can do that, you want to make sure your neck relief is right under string tension. Because if your neck relief is not, if your truss rod is not adjusted exactly where you want it, you know, that can change your string action too. So you want to set that first. Very important. You like to see a 12 thousandths on that. Now that truss rod comes all the way back here. I'm going to come down to about the 17th fret and just see what it reads. Oh man, it's shoving the string way up. Let's try it back here on the last fret. Still is. That means we've got to loosen the truss rod. I think that's a 5mm it. This is a 5. Guess what it was? Oh man, I can't reach in there with this. Ah, crap. Hold on. Yep, 5mm it be. There's the wrench. Get in here. Now we know that we can loosen this truss rod under string tension. You don't ever want to tighten it under string tension. Okay, I'm just going to go about 1/8 of a turn with that puppy, and we check neck relief again. Let's see, that was on the last fret, so boy, that did it. Yeah, it might be just a tiny bit tight yet, but it's got rust on the end of this thing, and that's what you're hearing. I'm gonna leave that there. That's right on 12. That is a 12, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, but I don't ever recommend tightening the truss rod under string tension. I know people say, "Oh, I did it. It won't hurt anything if you go in little increments." Well, yeah. You snap the head off of one of them, man. It takes 1 second to do it, and then you're screwed. It's too late. When you could have just loosened the strings, tightened the truss up, and tuned it back up. Save yourself a lot of problems. Now, I'm going to check the action again. It's probably going to be even higher than 100 thousandths. It's very high right now. Yeah, it's about 110 thousandths now. We'd like to see that roughly around 90 thousandths for right now. So I'm not going to bore you with all that again. I'm going to loosen the strings, pull the truss rod out. Let's see. I want to see it at about 90 for now. That's 20 thousandths. Take 40 more thousandths off of the bottom of the saddle. So I won't kill you doing that. I'm just going to do it, and I'll bring you back and we'll measure it again. Alright, I took the saddle out, sanded it all down again, ground it down, and had the strings all loose. So we want to check the neck relief again. Man, you can check this stuff until you're sick to your gut of doing it. Man, I need a 12. Let's see, where's the 12? There's the 12. I think I need that on the last fret. Just make sure it, it hasn't changed is what we want to do. Because we removed all of the relief, the string stress, and put it back on there. Some guitars will change when you do that. This one did not. It went right back to 12. Other than that rust on the end of the thing, man. Put a little semi-chrome polish on that. That's perfect. So we're still at 12. I'm going to check the nut action on this too, and set the intonation if it needs it. That's going to be on another video though. Alright, I have to take that saddle out and fine tune it now. Shit. We're up. There we go. Oh wow, man. We're very close to 80 thousandths, maybe between 70 and 80 thousandths, I'm thinking. You can't see shit, can you? Sorry about that. Well, I gotta get under the light. Let's see what that is in 64ths. I gotta look under the light. It is 6 64ths and 4 64ths on the high E. Dead on the money. Let's look at this again. Yeah, 6 64ths on that, on the low E, and 4 64ths down here on the high E to 12th fret. But like I said, I'm going to do one more video on this, and we'll check the intonation, set it if we need to. I want to work on that nut a little bit too. The nut action, let's see what it is. It's a little higher than I like. I like to, let's start with an 18. I'm sure it's more than 18. So here's 22. Let's just try that. It's a little more than 22 on that string. Very close to 22 on that one. Yeah, that needs to be a little bit lower. So that's for another video. That goes, it might be 22, I'm thinking. But, you know, we can make that play a lot easier than that. Bring it down to 16 to 18 thousandths. And it'll play way better than that. I haven't played it yet, so I'm going to have that will chord, but hold on. Guitar's got some wicked power and bass, man. Finished with it yet. That nut action's way too high for me. The action down here is nice, man, and we will check the intonation. It sounds pretty good, but we'll check it in the next video and fix that nut action. I figured you'd want to hear it anyway. I can play it now. Nut action's just way too high for me. But you can hear the power. I hope the cameras get that, man. Guitar's got some wicked power to it. A lot of punch to it and a lot of bass. The action down here is really nice. I just can't chord it because the nut action's so high. So there you have a little demo. I'll do a better demo once I get the nut action and the intonation set. But the intonation's not off very much. Have a look. You can see where I filed the saddle to make the intonation as close as possible. Still don't have a very high saddle in it. We're back down low to where we was, but look at the action though. The action's down low too. Really, really low. I doubt if you could see the nut action to tell, but it's like 22 thousandths. We're going to get that down 16 to 18 thousandths. Check the frets out in that fretboard, man. Isn't that fretboard just beautiful? Wow. I love the looks of that linseed, what linseed does to it. So that's what we're going to do on the next video. We'll lower the nut action. It's very hard to play up here close to the nut. When you get down in here, it actually gets very easy to play. But the next video, it'll be the last one on this, and I'll do you a lot better demo on it. We'll file that nut action down, lower it, maybe lower the, that was 6/64 on the bass side. It might be able to go down to 5/64 without leveling the frets and doing all that. So there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed this little short series on this guitar. And it ain't over yet, so stay tuned. We're going to work on it some more. But I had to show you how it sounded. When I put the strings on to hit that first chord, I thought, man, I got to show them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon on the last video on this. Cheers to you.